Howdy ho, my peeps. I am sitting here on this porch. It is hot as hell. I'm going to fall out of frame, grabbing my glasses. And so I've got my fan on, which is blowing my recently colored hair in all sorts of directions. It's weird looking. I've got like this weird line right here. Oh well. I think a good shampooing will get that off. Anyway, what I want to talk to you about today is protein powder. I've tried 3 different types of protein powders since I started paying attention to getting more protein, and they each have kind of a different application, and they're all a bit different. So I wanted to talk about that. First of all, the first one I bought last couple months ago, I guess, is this. It's from Now Sports. It's Whey Protein Isolate. And this stuff was expensive. It was like, oh, I don't know, 40 bucks or something for this container, and it has 19 servings in it. Obviously, I wasn't using it every day. This was suggested to me by a guy named George Cosmedes, who has a chiropractic practice in Palos Verdes, California, but he also is he is sort of a coach, cheerleader for the whole idea of building your lean body mass so that your body supports itself effectively. I've always been kind of a proponent of that anyhow. I've always felt like if you can up your lean body mass and reduce your body fat, or rather, when I have a higher lean body mass and lower fat, I feel better. Okay, and there's a lot of research and information about why that's true. So in this weight loss health gain thing I've been doing, one of the most important components of it for me has been a rise in lean body mass as well as a drop in fat weight. So that's what led me to using this, supplementing my protein with this. In part it was because I was eating vegan and raw, or at least attempting to eat vegan and raw. And when you eat vegan and raw, you really have to pay attention to protein. It's not easy to get enough if you are not really knowledgeable in what food you're supposed to be eating and all of that. And which isn't to say that a raw vegan can't get enough protein. They absolutely can, and they absolutely do. But they're not going to do it if all they eat is, you know, bananas and lettuce. I mean, you have to eat other things in order to maintain your lean body mass. So, protein sources, in other words. So, that's what kind of led me to this. However, by the time I bought this, I'd already figured out that raw vegan was not working for me. So, I needed to add back in some animal-based protein. And this whey protein isolate is based on milk protein. So, or you know, whey is a component of milk, as we all know. When you're making cheese, whey is the liquid that comes out, leaving the solids behind. So, so I started using this. I like this a lot. I like the way it tastes, and also because it's just this very clean, milky taste. You don't taste any additives, or you don't taste any like sugar or stevia or anything like that. It's very, very simple. And well, all it has in it is microfiltered whey protein isolate and soy lecithin, and that's about it. And it lists its amino acid profile. It's very, very high in essential amino acids, and then it also has the non-essentials as well. It's 110 calories a serving, negligible fat, cholesterol, sodium, potassium, all that's between 1 and 2%. Doesn't have any added vitamins, anything. Basically, you're getting your amino acids out of this thing. And I like the way it tastes. All right. So, Grant came home recently with this organic protein. It's a plant-based protein that he'd found at Costco, and it was very reasonably priced, and he'd read good things about it. So this stuff is like I said, it's a plant-based protein, and I'll read the ingredients. It has pea protein, organic brown rice, chia seed, and hemp proteins. It has an organic creamer base, which has sunflower oil, inulin, rice, dextrins, and rice bran, and rosemary. It has erythritol, which is a sweetener. It has cocoa, flavors, sea salt, acacia gum, different gums, for thickeners. It has stevia and monk fruit. This stuff has got lots of good reviews as a organic plant protein source. That guy I was talking about, Dr. Cosmedes, he recommends this for the people in his lean body group that are vegan, and as a way for them to make sure they get enough protein. This is dairy-free, soy-free, gluten-free, lactose-free, and non-GMO. And this particular one is chocolate fudge flavored. Well, this stuff I also like. It's got a good flavor. It's kind of a little bit sweet, a little too sweet. I'm kind of getting used to not sweet, so the sweet of this is noticeable. And it is also a little bit chalky, but it would be with these kinds of ingredients, so that makes sense. It is nice and flavorful. In fact, this is what I had for breakfast today with my almond milk. I'm no longer drinking liquid milk products. I just find I do better with almond milk. I do okay with cheese and that kind of thing, but I try not to eat that just because it's so high in calories. But this stuff, I would say absolute yes to this. In terms of its amino acid profile, it doesn't tell you what it is, so I don't know. I would have to go on the website to find out what it is. But it does say that it has all the essential amino acids, so you'd have to know how much is that, and what does is that going to be enough, 1 serving or 2 servings a day, if you're not getting it from other protein sources, plant protein sources. So anyhow, I think as an adjunct, this is good stuff. I say absolutely okay to this. I would use either one of them, and I will use both of them, depending on what's I happen to have in the cupboard. Okay, now this is something else that my husband brought home. It's this Zima weight management diet industry stuff, okay, which I normally don't have good things to say about. I don't believe in diet industry foods. However, I was willing to take a look at what was in it because he brought it home, and you know what? This stuff is actually okay. It doesn't have anything weird in it. Weird as in like added, they used to put taurine and all that other stuff for energy in this stuff, or they would add caffeine and stuff. This doesn't have any of that. It's got a protein blend, which is whey protein, milk protein isolate, and chia powder. It has resistant maltodextrin, which is a soluble fiber protein source. Maltodextrin, it has coconut-based creamer like the other one did. It's got natural flavors, a bunch of gums, to give it its thickness. It does have soy or sunflower lecithin. It has monk fruit extract and leaf and stevia. So it's kind of similar to this in some ways. It also has lots of added vitamins. Like this has vitamin C and vitamin D, at least 100% of your RDA. Then it has a lot of the B vitamins, vitamin B6, vitamin B2, niacin, B12, and biotin. So this product adds vitamins. It also has some added minerals like magnesium and zinc and selenium, but in rather smallish amounts, you know, not even 100% of your RDA. It has this stuff called dietary lipid appetite control matrix. And what that is palm oil, oat oil, and corn syrup solids. I'm not so sure how I feel about palm oil. I mean, I think the jury's still out on palm oil. It has something called a greens matrix, which is flaxseed powder, quinoa, spinach, broccoli, mango, blueberry, and apple. All of those are organic powders. It has green tea leaf extract and matcha extract. That's where it gets its energy, you know, boost. And it also has digestive enzymes and probiotics in here, and it tells you what they are. So this, if you're needing an extra boost of appetite control and you're trying to make sure you get all your vitamins, this thing is one of those shake substitute kind of things. I'd say it's probably okay. There are things in here that I have not fully researched, so I don't know, like palm oil. I'm not really sure how I feel about that yet. But I would say all in all, this would be something that I would probably continue to use, especially like in the afternoon when my hunger's really kicking in and I need to do something to control cravings. This has actually worked in that capacity. So, of the three, this is still my favorite, the simplest one of all. I don't know how much these cost, incidentally. I forgot to ask him, but I think all of this stuff is the $20, $30, $40 range. I mean, it's all kind of expensive. This, I will use this until it's used up. I won't ask him to buy me any more, though, because I sort of don't like to support the whole weight diet industry thing. This, he brought home like 4 of these. This I will definitely continue to use. I haven't entirely given up on the idea of moving towards vegetarian, not so much vegan because that's more of a religion, but vegetarian plant-based eating. I have not given up on that, but I think that's going to be something I explore more in the future. Right now, I'm still trying to knock off weight, and I do that best with higher protein intake. So, that is my non-professional, completely subjective ramble about these different protein powders. And if you are interested in learning more about keeping your lean body mass supported and increasing it as you knock off some weight and feel healthier and better, do check out this George Cosmides. He does periscopes frequently, I think almost daily, in the evening. And then if you go to his website, it's called leanbodyacademy.com. There's some information there. He also has a Facebook page, but I think it's a private Facebook page that just people who kind of belong to his group use. Anyway, give this guy a look. He's really got some interesting things to say. And the thing I like so much about him is that he's not emotionally attached to any system. He doesn't, there aren't foods you aren't supposed to eat. He doesn't tell you that nothing's like bad or good. He says it's all about he reflects what I've always thought, which is your food has to be about what your body needs and what your physical conditions are. So you eat to your own personal conditions. Some people do fine on plant-based protein only. Others do better with animal-based proteins. Some people have a, you know, a moral imperative against eating animals, and that's okay. You can still do all of this if you're vegan. So, I don't know. I like him. I like where he's coming from. So, on that note, I'm going to say bye-bye, and if you guys have any specific questions about these, leave it in the comments below. I'm still learning about protein supplementation, and in part I'm learning about it because I have such a hard time with red meat, and so I had to pull way back on proteins, meat source proteins, which had left me a little bit, you know, kind of tired, run down. So I'm finding that that's not happening as much when I'm using these. So I will say bye-bye and talk to you guys later.